Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Mateo, owner of BOXR. Welcome to another episode of In the Corner, and I have one of my childhood all-time greats, my man Evander Holyfield. What's up, champ? Take a seat, champ.
Right there.
It's an honor to have you, champ. Come through the facility. What do you think of the gym? What do you think of BOXR?
It's great. I've never seen a gym as nice as this. It's got everything that any fighter gonna need.
What did you find as your first impression when you walked in? What captured your attention at first?
Well, you know, the big thing with me is the ring itself. The point is you have to have a ring to work out in, and you have bags, you have speed bags, you have everything that's necessary to be successful. Yeah, the big thing after this is just somebody who know the game of boxing.
I got you. Now, we're very honored to have you here and to have you on the podcast. And for the people at home that are going to be watching this, especially the young generation, young generation, they know the name, but they don't know the detail of Evander Holyfield. So my question to you is, what did it take for you to get as many titles as you did? And how hard was it, that journey in that era,
Well, I think the biggest thing was the three things that, I was taught as a kid.
Yeah.
Listen, follow direction, don't quit. And so those are the three things that get you off anything. Anything you want to be successful, if you can listen, follow direction, don't quit, your chance of being it gonna be great.
Amazing. And how many world titles did you have?
You're talking professional, 4-time heavyweight champion of the world, Undisputed Cruiserweight champion of the world. And so, and that span of 20 years, I'm like, I was the best at what I did.
The big thing that I noticed, and I followed you since a kid, was you're always very close to Christ as one of your biggest things.
Yeah, my mom, we came up poor.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of 9 in my family. And we didn't have everything that everybody else have. And my mama said, you have to be thankful. You have to thank Jesus for what you have now to get better. My mom only had a 6th grade education, and she did the best that she could. So how can you ask somebody for more than what they have?
Yeah.
But she wanted me to be better than her, and she said, you know what, you got to really believe in Jesus. She said, don't just, because I was a mama boy, something happened to me, I would tell my mama.
Yeah.
And so my mama was trying to flip me into Jesus. I can't help you in that ring. You have to call Jesus. You say, anytime you need some strength or anything, you need knowledge, you need understanding, you got to have some Jesus. So I was that kid that came up that, it's Jesus that gives me everything. So I had an opportunity as a kid overcoming not being able to go into school to read, and I'm thinking that if we all the same age, we supposed to know the same thing.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here looking at people could read and I couldn't read, and we was the same age, and I was mad with my mama, telling my mama, I said, oh, they can read and I can't read. So my mama kept telling me, you always can do something better than them. Are you mad because you run faster than them? I was the fastest one in the classroom, and I beat everybody in that run. Yeah. But I was mad with them because they can do something that I couldn't do. And so my mama was telling me, it's a part of life, somebody gonna be better than you in something. But only reason why you're going to school to learn how to read. You got a purpose for going to school. You're going to school to learn to do something that you can't do. It's just like going to the gym to box. You go in the gym to learn how to box, where you can be this great person that you want to be. This is how, as a kid, learning that everything starts when you're young, because when you're younger, you catch on faster than older people.
A question I got for you that I've always wanted to understand is, how did you get the real deal? Where did that how did that come about?
Well, I was just Holyfield, and my friend them called me chubby, and I never was fat. And I remember when they came out with CBs, and everybody who had a CB, they had a handle, This guy named Papa, his handle was Papa Charlie. He said, Evander, you got to get a handle where you can get on the CB. And so I was sitting here about Holyfield and said, now he's Papa Charlie from Bright Lake City, Atlanta, Georgia. And so I said, you know, Holyfield, then what's the deal? Then real deal. Then I said real deal one time, and somebody said, oh, you the real deal. Oh, okay. And so from that point on, I started telling people I'm the real deal. And so in the Olympics, when things didn't go my way and all the fighters got mad, they said, oh man, you should be called Raw Deal. And I said, I don't want to be Raw Deal, man. They said, man, you know, they gave you a Raw Deal, man. I said, but it's over, man. I said, I'm gonna be the real deal. Man, that ain't it, man. You need to be Raw Deal. Everybody needs to know why you mad and all this and stuff. I just, I ain't mad.
Nah, real deal.
I'm gonna be the real deal.
Real deal.
And I took that name, Real Deal.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Tell me, what was your hardest fight in your whole career?
Well, the white Muhammad Cruiserweight.
And you told me last time, yeah.
The thing is that I wasn't, you know, when you prepare for something, then you're good. But I didn't prepare to fight him. My whole thing is that, you know what, I'm fighting in 8 rounds. That, you know, I never went past 8 rounds. All of a sudden, they throw me in this championship fight.
15 rounds?
15 rounds. For 8 to 15.
Wow.
When I know when that first time I did 8, man, I thought I was gonna die. Now, 15, it's like this, you know, but I remember my contract. My contract say, if I don't do what they tell me to do, they can kill my contract. So I had to do it, or I'm gonna die trying. You know, if I don't do it, I'd rather die.
Yeah.
And so everybody started saying, this boy crazy, because, you know, I said, I'm gonna die trying. I said, ain't nothing that I'm gonna go in that I'm not gonna give my all. I was really serious about being who I was and being the very best that I could be.
I got a question for you. You know, like, you see the changes in boxing over time, and you've seen the ups and downs of how the industry's changing. What's something in this day and age inside of boxing that you think they could do better to solidify the boxing game on a better scale?
Well,
because we spoke about the belts.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that could be important to create more competition in the world than having all these belts lined up and have it shrunken down a little bit more?
Well, I think the biggest part of boxing is coming together. I'm telling you, you know, they need to get people to organize it properly.
Yes.
Boxing is the oldest sport in the world, and ain't nobody came into it and said, this is how this gonna be. They need to get the governor to take the taxes out right, do these things right,
yeah,
and to make sure all the fighters get what they supposed to get.
Yes.
I'm saying, you know, ain't in no situation that any fighter can actually say what they really gonna get, because they ain't showing it to nobody. And this game is a popular game, and it should be regulated properly.
Yeah.
That I'm talking about, how could you be in boxing and you box for 25 years or 35 years, you don't get no back pay or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, for all the tax that I pay, it's supposed to be some back pay.
Yeah.
I get it like this, but if it ain't done correctly, then, you know, you got some of these people, all them years they put in here and they don't get nothing.
Yeah.
And I just happen to have some good people and some areas and stuff. I came up at a time where that things tend to work for me, because I had some good people.
Gotcha. Now, your era was, to most people around the world, is like the golden era. If you had social media like how it was today back then, as Evander, the real deal Holyfield, what do you think would be the impact and change on that?
Well, it is.
Because back then it was hard.
I'm hoping, my whole thing is this. I didn't get that much attention, which would allow me to stay humble. I think at that time, I don't know how I would have acted if everybody was all, oh, he's great, he's this, he this. I don't know how I act. But because I didn't get that a lot of attention, so I was always felt that I had to prove that I was better than somebody. And so my mama had this thing, say, all right now, don't embarrass yourself. Know what you can do. You give it all. Son, don't be afraid to die. So when a person not afraid to die, this is how he live. But if you're afraid to die, you ain't gonna never do enough. So I was that person who, man, and some of the people say, this is boy crazy. Do you know this boy say he rather die than quit? But the point of the matter is, this what life is about. Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, you got to pay a price to be successful. It's not somebody gonna look at me and I like Evander so much and I'm just gonna, it ain't that way. It's within you.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, Mike Tyson, the fight with Tyson, for the new generation to understand what really happened in the fight. Can you talk a little bit about the fight, on what actually happened, and how was he as an opponent compared to a lot of the heavyweights that you fought against?
I have told people my whole life, I say, look, Mike Tyson was great, but I said, what made me is that I watched him. Mike Tyson is the person that I studied most than any other fighter ever. And just people say, what? I said, yeah. Can you realize this young kid, 4 years younger than me, he's 17, and I'm 21, I'm grown, he's a kid, and he got all this energy, he's doing all these things, and he's doing things that I can't do. Why? I see him do it, and I go and come right behind it and try to do it. Yeah. And I said, God, man, oh shoot. He worked at his stuff, he was expert in everything that he did. And I knew he was great. I knew it wasn't luck. Everybody said, he's just a big puncher. I said, okay. I said, that's when people get knocked out because they think he's just a big puncher and they get hit with something else. He know how to make adjustments. He know how to make adjustments and think about for a guy his height and got short arms. I'm saying, how can a person with short arms come up and hit you if he's not quick? How he gonna get up there that fast and hit you, and when your arm's longer than him, and you should be able to hit him before he hits you? Mike knew all these things about the game. He had good hand speed, but he know how to get to you. If he beat everybody, that means that I can beat everybody. If Mike could beat him, I could beat him. Well, how you know about it? I said, only thing that he do, he hit them guys a little harder than me. That's it. But his arm is shorter than mine. I said, I got quicker hands, so I supposed to hit them before he. I said, so anybody he beat, I know I'm gonna whoop him. I said, because the fact of the matter, he fight in a similar way, but I just bounce when I do it. I know how to take him on my shoulders, and I know that I have very good timing.
You're a great counterpuncher. That's what you're known for.
Yeah, and Tyson real good about stuff like that too, and people don't realize they get hit with things that they ain't expect him to do. And that's what he do. He trick you and come out with a shot. And that's what knocked people out when they were expecting something else and they got something different.
And that was one of the biggest fights in boxing history, right? Yes. It broke some records in the heavyweight division.
It sure did.
Yeah. What was the how much did it sell out for that fight? It was crazy, right?
Yeah, well, it was with me. My mama told me, she said, you know what life is about what you make bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
It says, now, you can't be worried about people because they the one gonna see who won or lost.
Yeah.
You need to worry about who gonna win. so it don't make, if there ain't number one person see it, or millions of people see it, you worry about that. You stop worrying about how many people. So I didn't even come in looking and thinking about how many people and all this. People asked me and I said, look, man. I said, look, my mind is on winning.
Yeah.
I said, what's the matter if I won? I said, ain't nobody gonna ask me how many people was in there watching you. I said, they do that when they ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
But they gonna talk about who won first. I said, all I want to do is win.
And you did.
Right, and that's it.
And you did.
Yeah, brother.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. You pulled it off. You made history. And now you and Mike are really, you guys are buddies, right?
My thing with Mike, always like Mike.
Yeah.
The point of the matter, but my mama said, you got to watch the person that you're friends with, that you like. Hey, son, this thing is a give and take situation. But I had to act, but I see Mike and I would just look at him. Like this, and in other words, that you know what? I don't care what you do. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna win. Whatever the situation is, I'm gonna win. So I had to play that. I had to remind myself of that every time I was with it. And people say, why you look at Mike like this? Because the point of the matter, I know people who are bullies.
Yeah.
People are bullied. They look at you and like that make you turn around. So you know what I do? I just switch it. I'm not a bully, but when it comes to Mike, I just keep looking at him like this, and he kind of glass off, then I glass off. But then if I see him looking at me, I look back and like this, and I'm not gonna blink till he turn his head. This is what it was. It's a war that gonna happen.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I know that. So many people always talk about, even when we were amateur. Now, I was a light heavy and he was a cruiser. I was light heavy and he was a heavyweight champion. Like this, we both won the National Golden Glove together.
It was like a rising together.
In St. Louis, and everybody was like, after that fight, everybody said, man, what would happen to this Holyfield fight Tyson?
Yeah.
Like this, what me, I wasn't moving up no heavyweight, so my whole thing is that, like this, but my whole thing is, I can fight. And I'm not scared of nobody. Short, taller, it don't make no difference.
Yeah.
I'm scared. The art of the game is to be the very best.
Yeah, and die trying.
Yeah.
Die trying. If there was, because a lot of speculation happens, a lot of people talk, and everyone loves you and Mike, if there was ever an opportunity to have one last dance as a so-called exhibition between you and Mike, last time in the ring, would it be considered?
Mike and I, we come together.
Of course.
And I'm telling you, people, I like my whole thing. I figured if we come together and we do an exhibition, we probably can make more money than we made when we were fighting.
You break records, yeah.
Ain't nothing but exhibition.
Yeah.
So the whole big thing is, getting the proper person to, the whole thing is about, the whole big thing is about money. And I think that people, they like Mike and I so much.
They love you guys.
They want to give us that kind of money.
Yeah.
And so, so the whole big thing is,
if it made sense, would you guys do it?
Do he want to do something? I'm 60, and so he got to be 55 or 56.
Yeah.
And the point of the matter, it's an exhibition. I like the point of the matter. I think it could be something that could be really, really, really nice for both of us.
Well, Evander, I'm so grateful and honored, and it's a blessing from God that you've been able to walk through these doors at the BOXR headquarters. I've been a big fan since a child, since I've been boxing, and many of the young generation have asked me, they've been like, we would love to be able to know more about Evander, and that's why we're sitting here today. But thank you so much for your wisdom, You know, you met a few young kids from the TMT team. They feel good about you being here, you know. So we would be honored, as this belt is going to be plaqued here in the gym and is going to be here for memories for a very, very long time. We'd be honored to have you sign it for us.
Well, okay then, no problem.
Thanks, champ. Just something that you could tell the young generation of the boxing. Actually, before even that, who do you think is the face of boxing today?
The face of boxing today,
Yeah.
I would say Tank.
Tank?
Yeah.
Tank is actually coming into the gym next week.
Oh, no, that
So-
so you tell Tank, I said, he the face of boxing today.
Face of boxing. And what else could you tell to the younger youth of boxing and to the uprising fighters? Any advice coming from you?
Well, listen, follow direction, and don't quit. Now, that's what makes a champion.
You heard it. Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. Appreciate you, champ. Thank you so much. Until another episode next time here at In the Corner of the Boxer headquarters, we out. Boom. Yo, it's your boy Mateo, owner of BOXR. And if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe right below. And you let us know what you want to see next. Boom.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.